Welcome to today's session on correlation analysis in statistics. We are going to find the correlation between two columns, that is from the MTCAST dataset we are going to take the column H horse power and we are going to take the column miles per gallon from MTCAST dataset. We are going to find the correlation between these two using the method Pearson. So that is, we have two types of correlation. One is Pearson's correlation coefficient. The next one is Spearman's correlation coefficient. So first method we are going to see is the Pearson's correlation coefficient using the function COR. So this function COR is going to find the correlation between the two columns horsepower and miles per gallon in the MTCAST dataset. So let me run that. You can see here. So it is a negative correlation. The correlation value is always between -1 and +1. So here the value is -0.77. So it is a negative correlation. The same can be achieved using COR.test function. So this also will give you the correlation. See here. See here you can give. You can see the correlation value -0.7761. Okay. So similarly you can find the correlation between horsepower and displacement using the method Pearson. So here it is a positive correlation, that is 0.79. Okay. So if it is a positive correlation, either the values are increasing or decreasing in the same direction. If it is a negative correlation, it means the values are increasing and decreasing in the opposite direction. Okay. So the next function is COR.test. So this also is going to give you the positive correlation between horsepower and displacement. Okay, you can see the correlation here. Okay, so next one we can see the Spearman's correlation. The method here is given as Spearman between the same columns horsepower and miles per gallon. So it will be a negative correlation, but the value will be slightly different. Here it is 0.89, earlier it was minus 0.79 something. So the same thing can be achieved using COR.test function also, using the Spearman's correlation coefficient. So the Spearman's correlation coefficient is this negative value, that is 0.89. Okay. So the next one is the correlation, Spearman's correlation between horsepower and displacement. So this is a positive correlation, that is 0.85 is a positive correlation. Same thing can be achieved using COR.test function. So here it is having the positive correlation 0.85. So next we are going to see how to plot the correlation in a scatter plot or in a heat map. So for that we require the library COR.plot. So I am invoking the library COR.plot. Okay, and I am storing COR of MTCAST, that is the correlation between all the columns on the MTCAST dataset is stored in this M, capital M. So it is stored. Okay, so it is stored here. So next we are going to draw the plot of this correlation between the different columns of MTCAST using the method number. That is, we are going to get the correlation value in the form of numbers. Okay. See here, if you zoom and see, you can see the correlation plot in numbers. The various columns are MPG, CYL, displacement, horsepower, DRAT, WT weight, Q second, VS, AM, gear and carb. The same columns are given in the rows and the column, and the correlation between them is represented in blue and in red. If it is in blue, it is positive correlation. If it is in red, it is in negative correlation. So the value ranges between +1 and -1. So this is how you get the COR plot for a given data set. Okay. The same thing can be drawn as a scatter plot. Here we are going to find the correlation between the columns horsepower and miles per gallon. So we have already seen the correlation for that. We are going to plot these two column values in the scatter plot using the X label horsepower of the cars and Y label mileage per gallons of the cars, and PCH is 21. PCH stands for the shape of the plot. Okay. So if you zoom this, you can see. So you can see the scatter between the two columns, that is horsepower and miles per gallon. So the trend is from the upper left hand corner to bottom right hand corner. So it means that it is a negative correlation. For negative correlation, the scatter starts from the left hand upper corner to right hand lower corner. Okay, so it is a negative correlation. Okay, the similar thing, if you are going to see between horsepower and displacement, it is a positive correlation. So we are going to do the scatter plot for this. So if you zoom this and see here, the scatter is from the left hand lower corner to right hand upper corner. So it means it's a positive correlation. So this is between the variables horsepower and cylinder displacement of the cars. Okay, so this is how you can see the scatter plot of the correlation between two variables. So we have seen how to use the COR function to get the correlation between two columns using Pearson and Spearman's method, and how to use the COR.test function and to get the same correlation, and how to use the COR and store that in a variable m, and how to draw that as a COR plot in a heat map represented in numbers, and how to get a scatter plot between two variables if it's a negative correlation. If it is a positive correlation between two variables, how to get the scatter plot using the plot function. Okay, so these are the things we have seen today. So hope it was useful. Thanks for your patience listening.